competitions for best play began in such diverse arenas as Broadway, off-Broadway, regional theater, and London's West End. Tonight we'll be seeing moments from each of them. Actually, the first of these plays began over 40 years ago in a house in Brooklyn. Broadway Bound is the final chapter of Neil Simon's trilogy based on his own early years. Jonathan Silverman is the author's young alter ego, and Linda Lavin, his heroic mother, in this gift from a writer generous enough to look back on his life and see not just himself, but all of us.
Oh, my God!
What?
What are you doing? Are you crazy sitting on my dining room table like that?
I'm sorry. I didn't leave any marks.
Marks I can clean off. I never want to see you show disrespect to this table. My grandfather made this table with his own hands for my grandmother. Over 52 years she had this table. When I was a little girl, I'd go to her house. She'd let me help her polish it. I didn't know it was work. I thought it was fun. Maybe because she and I did it together.
Here.
When she died, she left a will. She gave away dresses, jewelry, even a little cash. But she knew what I wanted. The table you eat on means everything. It's the one time in the day the whole family is together. This is where you share things. People who eat out all the time don't get to be a family. When I'm gone, if you and your Josie get married, this will be your table.
Maybe you'll let me polish it with you one day.
No. When your wife has a little girl, send her over. She and I will polish it.
Maybe we'll have twins. You can polish it twice as fast.
Twins? What are you doing? Don't follow me like that. You make me nervous.
I'm not following you. I just feel like talking to you.
Talking?
I love it when you tell me about the old days.
The old days? I don't even remember them anymore. They were such a long time ago.
Well, you just told me about the dining room table. That was a long time ago.
Well, that's it.
What was your grandmother like?
Tiny. Little bit of a thing. All the women were small in those days, but when I was 9 years old, I was bigger than she was. My grandfather had to pick her up to see the Statue of Liberty.
That must have been some day.
This is what they dreamed of all their life, to get to America. And when they saw that statue, they started to cry. The women were wailing. The men were shaking. Everybody praying. You know why?
Because they were free.
Because they took one look at that statue and said, this is not a Jewish woman. We're going to have problems again.